Hey guys, how's it going? It's your crypto analyst here. I hope all of you guys are having a good morning, evening, wherever you guys are from. And today we're going to be doing a technical analysis price prediction for Bitcoin. And we're going to talk about why it's down, when it's going to go back up, what's causing this decrease, and really the implications of what it's going to do to the market when it does go back up. So if you guys are interested in anything I just said, please make sure you guys stay for the entire length of the video, as there will be important information discussed the entire way through. Also guys, do not forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy my content, as it does really support the channel. So jumping right on into the technical analysis here, guys, what I've already done is I've already drawn up a couple lines for us. Because what I noticed is that while I was drawing the lines on my last technical analysis, it became harder to talk and draw the lines at the same time. So I've gone ahead and drawn out these lines already, and so I'm going to go through and explain why I drew these. So what we have starting from the peaks going downward. So the first peak didn't really necessarily start to break out, and then we just saw it start going downwards. And at first it just looked like a correction. It fell, and we corrected back up. Couldn't break out of the line, so we fell back down a lot more. And then what we did is we kind of bumped the line here. Didn't have enough momentum to break out, so we kind of peeked through, failed the breakout, and then now we're falling back down again. And so this is what this upper line is, upplicating the highs of every fall. So we have our all-time high followed by our next high followed by our third high. So what these bottom lines are is this is just the lows, almost the same exact thing, just for the lows. So we have our first low. We didn't really need to do this one because it wasn't based. Usually you have one low per high. So we have our high, we have our low, we have our high, we have our low, and then we have our high right here, and so we're still waiting for our low. But since we have three highs, what I've done is I've already connected three lows. And what this one is this second bottom line is based off, since we really only have two lows, I've gone ahead and put each one in there so that you guys can see it from both perspectives. So we have our high, we have our low, and then we have our high, and then we have our low, and then now we have our third high, and so we're waiting on our second low. So you can really take whichever one you guys want to look at here. I'm going to be talking about both of them and really kind of what they mean. So what we need here for Bitcoin to do is to look at look at where it's going. So if we keep following this trend, this downwards trend that we're in here, that we've already followed for almost three potential breakouts that we failed, it's looking like it could go back down here. But the only thing that I would say is keeping Bitcoin alive is this red candle. If this can stop at its red candle right here, let me zoom in a little bit. If we can stop it right around this area and start to see it break out or even move horizontally, if we can see it start not even flatlining, but just moving over, all we need at this point is for it to not go down anymore. I think if we see it go down anymore, it's going to be really, really rough for Bitcoin and all the other cryptocurrencies. I think it's going to be very, very hard to see them drop as much as they would if this doesn't break out. But this is looking like it's all right. Just the one thing that we have to take note of is that if we do start seeing this go down anymore, you can expect it to go down a whole lot more if it doesn't break out of this line. What I'm looking for here is for us to break out somewhere around this area. I think that's going to be our best bet if we are looking to break out. I think it's going to be sometime around probably sometime around March 7th. I think that might be our best bet, actually. So we can even look here and say maybe March 9th. So somewhere towards the beginning of March, beginning to mid-March. That's what it's looking like now for Bitcoin, but I could be wrong, and it could just go down here, or it could just spike right out of this. So there's a couple of news things that we have to take into account, because you guys know I never just do a technical analysis without talking about any of the news, because I think that they need to correlate and go hand in hand with each other. So for one, if you guys are watching this and you aren't invested in Bitcoin, it's still very important to look at a Bitcoin technical analysis and know what Bitcoin's doing, because pretty much all cryptos follow Bitcoin. And so if Bitcoin goes down, a lot of the altcoins are going to follow it. And I know that that's not always the case, but in 99% of the cases, the coins are generally going to follow Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin goes down, generally almost all altcoins are going to follow it. And so you need to know what's happening with Bitcoin so that you can know more information about your altcoins. I hope that made sense. Two, Bitcoin is actually, if you guys know anything about my channel, I'm not a huge bull on Bitcoin. I think it's great and whatever, and it's the first coin, whatever, but it's not, in my opinion, the best coin anymore. I think I talked about how it had transaction issues and just how long it took and how much it costed, but they're starting to fix that. So that's the news, is that they're actually integrating SegWit, and they're coming out with their Lightning Network pretty soon here too. And so what that means is not only are they going to be faster, but they're going to be cheaper. And there's already news getting reported of Bitcoin going from like 30 to 40 transaction cost, $30 to $40 transaction costs to 70 cents to 50 cents. And so that's huge. That's awesome. So not only is Bitcoin going to be getting cheaper, but it's going to be getting faster, and that's awesome. If you guys know anything about my channel, I said in a couple of videos ago that that's exactly what Bitcoin needed to do, and that is what they're doing. So we could see that when SegWit and the Lightning Network start teaming together and they start building that synergy, I think what we're going to do is we're going to see that's going to help us break out of this downwards channel that we're seeing. So those two things are going to be huge in the role of every coin. I think if SegWit and Lightning Network just come out strong, they accomplish their goal and they accomplish their mission, they do it well, I think we're going to break out of here, and I think every altcoin is going to follow Bitcoin in this upwards trend. And so what we could see here, I'm just going to draw this up real fast, but what we could see is this upwards trend of, and it might not be right here, but maybe what we could see is something along these lines. And so I'm going to zoom in here, and so let's just say that we break out, and this is around the date of the 3rd, so it might be something a little bit not quite as harsh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this down a little bit more, and just so we have a little bit of a later date here, and this is going to bring us to the 6th. That's still probably a little bit bullish, but it's very possible. Also, something that we need to look out for here is I'm going to zoom this in, and this doesn't look like it's very possible, but it could potentially break out here. So let's just say Bitcoin has a major turnaround and it breaks above. This is Bitcoin to USD. So if it breaks above 11,000, I think we could see a bull run here. If it hits where's 11,000? So 11,000 is about right here. So if we break above that 11,000 mark, I think it's very, very possible that we see a bull run for Bitcoin especially. So this is something to watch out for, guys. This is something that we need to look at and take note of, even if you are in altcoins. Just because, again, I said this a lot, but it's something that's super true. And something I wish I knew when I was first getting into cryptos is that every altcoin follows Bitcoin, and that's just a huge thing to remember. So that's pretty much it for the end of that, and that's just going to be it for the end of this technical analysis. I hope you guys did enjoy. I hope you guys did get a lot out of this. At least, also, guys, do not forget to like and subscribe, and maybe even share the video if you guys did enjoy it that much. In a short recap, I'm going to do a short recap because this one was a little bit more of a confusing technical analysis. Basically, in short summary, we have if Bitcoin does not break out here soon, we're going to see it start tanking down pretty fast, and we're going to see a new low. And so if it hits around 11,000, or if we see it break out early March, or even towards the end of this month, then we're going to see a pretty nice run. But this is just the downwards channel that we have to break out of. You guys can go and you guys can draw this up yourself, and you guys can look for when it's going to break out. But that's really just the course that Bitcoin's heading. And to be honest, it looks like it's going to go down a little bit more. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. You don't forget to like and subscribe. I am the Crypto Analyst, and I will see you guys in the next video.